Well, I don't know if there's going to be enough light, but I'm going to take you on a tour of my basement. Here I am in the entry hall. There's the front door. Very cloudy day, as usual. And there's me. Hello. And I'm going to take you down to my basement. Here's the stairs. They told me they put these stairs in about 10 or 15 years ago. And here's my basement. I'm keeping my bikes for now. There's this huge armoire, which is basically just full of empty boxes. And here is just where the water heater is, but I may use this for something else. Used to be the original shower, the owners told me. So here's the big stinky bathroom. There's a shower, and there's a window. And sorry, I'm doing laundry. There's a washing machine and a laundry sink and toilet and sink. There's me again. Hello. And some storage. And here's the bedroom. This is where I sleep. Sorry, empty boxes that I got to get rid of. There's an armoire I'll probably get rid of too. And there's my bed, and yeah. And then there's this little room in here, which is where the freezer is. Huge freezer, which I've got like 2 things in. And then there's just storage. And here's the door that goes out to the garden. And you can see it's a rainy day in Bergen, as usual. So, oops, gotta pick up those leaves. There's my rake. So, what I was planning on doing is, well, I had several ideas, but here we go. My first idea was just to keep this as it is pretty much, maybe. So, back where I got cut off. So my original plan was to keep this room pretty much the same as it is, maybe reconfigure some things and get a shower enclosure, but keep the shower, washing machine, maybe you don't need the utility sink, toilet, and sink in here and make it a bathroom, laundry, get some storage or something. And then I would, over here, where this little room is, with the freezer and this storage space, I would knock down this wall, because it's just an empty wall, and I would put like a little kitchen in here, just a sink and a half-size fridge and a couple burner top. But then I thought, well, that's going to be a problem because there's no plumbing over here. And all the plumbing is all over here. So I wouldn't be able to put a sink in there unless I moved the plumbing over, which could be very expensive because I don't know how I would do it. You might have to dig up the floor, and I don't think there's any space to put it in the ceiling because, well, I can touch the ceiling. It's very low. So then I had the idea that I would combine a kitchen and a bathroom in here. And basically, over on that side, where the washing machine is, I would put a shower. Where the slop sink is, I would put a real sink and keep the toilet. And I would put a wall up in front of it, cut the room in half, but then I would have to cut the window in half. And then put a tiny little kitchen over here where this space is, but there wouldn't be enough room for a washing machine, probably. It's very tight. It's difficult to see. And to be honest, although it's not going to be like a real apartment, if I ever wanted it to be, I have to be honest and say I always think it's disgusting to have the toilet next to where you're preparing food. Even if there's a little wall up, I find it disgusting. So then I started to get creative, and I realized that there's this little room here where the water heater is. Now, to go back to the beginning, where the stairway is, I would have to put up a wall in front of there with a door, which would separate this basement space from the rest of the house, and then you would just come in through the garden. So I thought, well, I could put the door coming from here, and I can bump out this wall to make it wider, and then I could make this a bathroom because the waste pipe is back there. As I said, actually, this was originally the shower for someone who lived down here, but I thought I can put the toilet in the back where the waste pipe already is, and I can put a very shallow sink in here, and then I have a bathroom out here. And then in here, I just put up a wall right here, very narrow, and I have a shower, which is good because I can put some space there and allow it to have some ventilation with the window. Put just a shower and move the water heater in here. And then I have more than 3/4 of the room to put a very, very small kitchenette. I would just have the washing machine, a half-size fridge, and a sink, and maybe 2 burners, but I might just have a microwave because I don't think anyone down here would want a full kitchen. And then I would get rid of this huge armoire, which I wouldn't need, and I would have a table and chairs in here. I would just keep this for my storage. Okay, this has got to be the last video. As I was saying, I would just keep this for my storage, and I might put a dryer in there for myself, and then keep this as a bedroom, or if the person wanted, or if I wanted to rent it out as a holiday place, I could get a sofa bed so they could have a living space, and where those empty boxes is, I could put a little desk and keep that as the closet. But then I had one last idea, which might be the cheapest idea, which would be, again, to keep this pretty much as it is, except rip it all out and get the stink out of there. And then see if it's possible here to just run the plumbing through the wall, and then I could have this room as sort of a living room / kitchen with a sofa bed. So where the armoire is, I could put a tiny little kitchenette just in the wall, and it sort of would fit in that cubby hole there, and then have like a sofa bed that could be pulled out here. So those would be my options, and I'm sort of thinking that the best option would be to the bigger option, where I would put the toilet and the sink in here, put the shower and the water heater here, and then have most of the space for washing machine, refrigerator, and sink, and a couple burners and a microwave. Get rid of this huge armoire, make this a seating area, keep this for my storage, and keep this for the bedroom, and put a desk in here. And I'm thinking maybe that's the best thing to do, because there's my stairs, there's my bikes. Might be the best thing to do. I'll just shoot out the door while I'm talking, because I think it would give me the most options. For example, I could rent it out as a holiday place, but I could also rent it to a student. And I think it would increase the value of the house the most. But anyway, those leaves are calling me. Rake me, rake me. Don't even need a rake, just pick them up with my hands. Okay, that's today's house tour.